Hello and welcome to a brand new synth soundset walkthrough with me, the Unfinished. It's our first walkthrough of 2025. It seems like it's been such a long time, doesn't it? And the bonus is I'm going to be doing two today. So I've got a brand new double soundset release for one of my favourite new synths, which is TAL-Pha. Let's have a look at it. Here she is. Wonderful emulation of the Roland Alpha Juno 2 classic synth, lovingly put together by Togu Audio Line. And yes, so I'm doing two soundsets releases at the same time. Why? Well, let me tell you. Basically, I was making loads of patches with this ever since I first got a beta copy of it and did some factory sounds for Togu Audio Line. And I just kept on making patches and had a huge folder full of sounds that I really liked that I made. And so it then kind of chimed in with the thing I was noticing watching quite a bit of TV, both drama and documentary, that a lot of electronic music was creeping in. So there were some sort of techno vibes coming in, some synthwave vibes coming in, and which appealed to me. And I thought, well, let's corral these sounds into two sound sets that reflect that. So we're starting off with the techno one, which is TAL-Pha Koda. So I'm calling it widescreen techno because it's got that feel of a slightly more sort of cinematic, expressive techno. I don't know. But you're looking at artists like Kiasmos and Max Cooper in terms of those artists who have moved kind of from composing to techno and back and forth and what have you. But it's also inspired by some melodic techno producers like Ben Boma and Hafenfold and a few of those guys. But let's stop waffling and let's dive into some sounds so you can hear what's going on. If you're thinking, well, what's that colour scheme on TAL-Pha? I've never seen that before. As part of both the Koda and Phoenix releases, I have done 50 new GUI colour schemes that are going to be part of the package, based on some of my favourite hardware and software gear. Anyway, still waffling, even though I just said I'd stop. So let's start with the first ARP patch, shall we? Let's go. Of course, there's stuff programmed into the mod wheel on each patch. So we're going to skip 1, 2, because there's 150 patches and we're going to do two soundsets, so I don't want to be playing too many. So obviously these sounds are going to be fairly analog because this is an emulation of an analog synth. And we've actually got, for me, quite a few arpeggios for a change. Now, if you're not terribly familiar with TAL-Pha, for example, if you don't have it, I have done one of my Let's Make a Noise videos about my favourite elements of it, some tips and tricks on it. And being a electronic music kind of guy, I've always had an interest in techno. In fact, I've really enjoyed doing some techno demo tracks for this soundset. See what the mod build does. That's quite nice, right? We're supposed to be doing every third patch here, not every second patch. Come on, otherwise this video would be very long. few bass lines. Which are relatively simple because we've only got an arpeggio on here. We don't have a sequencer of any kind or anything like that. But we can kind of try and add some variation in there using the random sample and hold LFO. So you're not really entirely in control of it, but at the same time, you know, I programmed it not to be too crazy. Nice low and beefy on that one. And we're going to have quite a few punchy basses because, you know, techno is quite a punchy vibe. Yeah, so it's come as a little bit of a surprise to me that techno's had a bit of a reawakening in terms of music you hear on TV and film. Because obviously it was all the rage when back in the 2000s when the remote control guys started adding lots of electronic elements to and synthy elements to cinematic soundtracks, guys like Harry Gregson Williams and what have you. And then kind of trance and dubstep kind of took the scene as far as electronic music, dance music was concerned, but techno's always been there. So if you like techno, this will obviously work for you. But if you're just looking for some analog sounds for your scoring projects, then it will also work for you. How good is that? It's quite interesting how many crime documentaries I've been watching recently had a techno vibe to them. And are we still on basses? Now here's an interesting section for us. Chord section. So particularly when it comes to like dub techno and classic sort of almost 80s techno, chords were quite important. So I thought I'd have some fun. And you do have this chord memory section on this emulation of the Alpha Juno, which is really good, really, really clever. And you can really start to get a bit more creative and stuff with that. And then we've got a handful of little analog beats. So nice low kick, distorted kick, hi-hats, another kick. And then we're on to keys. So keys, there's a few of these. That's an embarrassing accidental rhyme, isn't it? Some excellent playing going to happen here. And again, one of the unique things about the Alpha Juno synths and therefore TAL-Pha is this interesting envelope. So you've got some extra bits, not just a normal ADSR envelope. And I'll go into that in a bit more detail in that Let's Make Noise video as well. But it can create some more interesting sounds, particularly when you're doing filter envelope stuff. And we're on to the leads now. Now there should be a few of these. Nice playing. Yes, anyway. Now, I wonder if anyone's guessed what this GUI is based on yet. What the colour scheme is about. Oops, sorry about that. My playing is very bad today, I can only apologise. Probably play some nice chords with this, actually. Or you can play some terrible chords if you're having an absolute nightmare. I'm going to blame it on the fact that it's my girl's first day back at school after half term and I've woken up a lot earlier than I normally would. Lots of leads, as you see. So we should now be moving on to some loops. Not much here. Simple 4 on the floor kick. Some little hats. Everyone likes a little hat. I see you're wearing yours today. Right, pads. Again, only a handful of these. Normally, I would have lots of pads in my sound sets, but this one, I haven't. There is a nice reverb on this, which helps with making nice pad sounds, I find. And of course, you can very easily get that classic Juno pad vibe. Yeah, so this GUI is based on the TR-707, the classic Yamaha 80s drum machine. So again, this is one of those patches that's doing something quite nice with the envelopes on the filter. So it almost sounds like you're playing the notes at different times. So let's see what we get with the mod wheel here. And another one. So we're on to sequences now. Not very many of these. Again, we're a little restricted by the fact that we've only got an arpeggio. But, I mean, the arpeggio does have, 5 modes and a range of 3 octaves, and obviously various tempos. So it's a nice arpeggio, but yeah, we can't do vast array of things. Let's see what we have done. Quite nice harmonic bit of content there. So this is a sequence for playing chords. So that's useful and simple. I'll do it again. Lovely. More to it again. That brings out more of the harmonics. And then we're on to the final section, which is the synth section, which is the, well, where does this go? I don't know, section. So these patches have been more sort of curious. So you've got some fun harmonics going on there, and some noise. I mean, I could ask myself, why is this not in the chord section? I think I left the chord section for more sort of dubby style chords. That's not what I'm going to claim anyway. Getting some fun with those envelopes, which are accentuated by the delay. Oh, on to something else then. Right, so let's play the last patch on here. So a sort of pulsing thing with a interesting attack envelope. That's quite fun. So we've whizzed through a bit because I know obviously as a double release we can't spend too much time doing a walkthrough, but I think that's given a pretty good impression of what TAL-Pha Koda has. So it is what I'm calling widescreen techno. So techno with a bit more emotion to it. So it's inspired by melodic techno in particular. There's some really great melodic techno out there at the moment, like as I mentioned before, Ben Boma and Hafenfold and many others. And then you've got, you've got Kiasmos and Max Cooper and John Hopkins, who have straddled that line between techno and sort of scoring for quite a while now. So this will be $19.99 plus VAT. There's 150 patches, so good amount of patches. I will also be releasing for a limited time a sort of bundle version of Koda and Phoenix, which is the synthwave one together. So that'll be a discount. That'll be $29.99, so pretty good saving. And because I've released two new TAL-Pha sound sets at the same time, there will now be a TAL-Pha bundle as well. So if you didn't get Omnia when that came out, or the Omnia Fjall edition, you can get all the TAL-Pha sound sets together. I can't remember the price of that off the top of my head, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. But yes, so that'll all come together. If you don't have TAL-Pha, I have a bunch of codes to get 10% off TAL-Pha that I can give to customers that buy one of my TAL-Pha sound sets or the TAL-Pha bundle. So if you want to get it and you want these sounds, when you buy it, just email me and say, I need the code to get 10% off, please. And I'll send you a code. Isn't that good? So even more savings. Oh my goodness. And finally, just to reiterate that I've done a bunch of color schemes. Let's just show you how that works. So on here, we've got, on the drop-down menu, we've got Show Color Dialog. And it opens up this. This is where you can put in all your hex codes and stuff. And there are default ones, so this is what it normally looks like. So, and then there's a grey and a dark and a light version. These are the ones that TAL themselves have put together. And then when you go to load, it takes you straight to the documents folder. So it's up to you how you store it in there. I'm just using the Togo audio line folder that it has appeared in documents. And then this is it, the unfinished TAL-Pha Colors 01. So yes, there will be more. And I've bunched them to hardware synths and software synths. And let's play, for example, what's quite a classic. I quite like this one, actually. So this is the Ensoniq SQ80. And there we go. And there we've got that nice vibe. Yeah, it's a nice one, that one. Subtle, but nice. Yeah, so there's 50 of them as a little bonus addition to the sound set. So you're getting loads of sounds, some colour schemes, discounts galore. Nice. And you'll have some cool analog, slightly techno-ish electronic sounds for your scoring or indeed your electronic music production. It straddles both categories beautifully. So thank you very much for paying attention and watching this video. It was a little brief, this one, I think, but, you know, we live busy lives, don't we? And 2025 feels like it's going to be a busy year. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'm going to now save this all down and do the Phoenix walkthrough as well. Hurrah! What a fun morning I'm having. Tatty bye. See you again soon.